Welcome to Inner Peace Arts Unscripted. I'm your host, James Coleman. I'm a writer, speaker, and coach on personal development, spirituality, and social change. You can check out my blog at innerpeacearts.wordpress.com. You can check me out on Facebook and Twitter at InnerPeaceArts1. And you can email me at innerpeacearts@protonmail.com. Today I'm tackling a very huge and important topic, and the topic is truth. There are lots of perspectives on truth. There's a lot of disagreement about what truth is, and I'm putting forth a notion that I think will move us in the right direction towards the kind of social change we want to see through our personal development and spirituality. Truth is, from a practical perspective, the agreement between us that helps us get things done. That's what language does. Language kind of creates a little bedrock of truths and agreements so that we can move things forward. That's the practical bottom line for truth for the human being. I don't see any other way to really say that and see that. I mean, there's the three classic theories of truth, and the correspondence theory, the coherence theory, and the pragmatic theory. There's this notions of scientific truths. There's the notion of truth as a person. There's lots of the spiritual aspects. You'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I am the way, the truth, and the life. And all of these, I think, are contributing to this notion of truth that helps us bring about the kind of things we want to see in the world. And I think that this perspective about truth helps us to set aside traditional aspects of truth whereby we need to defend something. I think the truth should really need no defense. It will show itself by its works. It will show itself by its evidence. And that's the direction I'm feeling as the way to consider truth. From a Christian perspective, the Bible is considered to be true. And that's fine. I see that as a traditional view that helps to justify the Bible in its current form. And that I think that if we're and I like to say that there are truths that we need to, ways of expressing truth that we can find, express, that I don't want to say that are going to be blossomed from what's in the Bible. And so I just basically want to leave the traditional kind of view of it as a static notion, of it as being a truth that is infallible in there, is one that keeps the book closed. And to open it up means to open up those truths that may not be those statements that may not be serving the agenda to its best moving forwardness, if that I can say that in English. And so that's what I want to say about truth. You know, it's a very large topic, and I didn't get into here some of the difficulties in each one of the philosophical perspectives, but there are difficulties. You can look them up. You know, for example, the problem with the correspondence theories, you can say something like, "I am lying," and is that a true statement? Well, if it creates self-contradictories. And the nature of truth is one that we never get the whole thing, right? So our truths are always partial, which is why I think the notion of whether or not the truth is moving the agenda forward is important. And laying stakes in the ground of things that we, can see don't change. Faith is unavoidable, is one thing. The fact that we don't have the whole truth is another, right? And starting to work with these concepts to educate ourselves, to know what is true, to say that we can agree on something so that we can build. That's I think that's the heart of what's needed in looking at truth. And I think there those combinations of things, the notion of truth as a person, that's a very, very powerful Christian concept, and it's ironic that one of its haters, Nietzsche, would say that truth is a man, right? It's very strange. But here's where I'm going, and here's where I'd like for us to find agreement on what is true. Truth has to line up with a reality. It has to line up with a shared reality. It has to produce the kinds of effects that we're looking for. We have to take the traditional truths and reimagine them so that they're better fitting the world. We have to be able to take truths and, if they don't fit within a 2x2 matrix, right? In some ways, questioning whether or not that truth is going to be useful, knowing how to use aesthetic truth, right? And move that forward to create emotional connections that energize, right? Knowing the scientific truths, the technological truths, right? That are predictable, that make things work. This is all involved, and I come back to the notion of it is about what we're agreeing on to move things forward, and what we're agreeing on as what we're seeing as true and recognizing as true that we can share. And that's where I am on truth. This was a very interesting topic to try and tackle in so little time and so many different paths to go, but I feel like this is at least the heart of it, and that the truth that is going to move us forward is not going to, it's going to be a different kind of experience than we've had before, and a different kind of moving forward, if that makes any sense. But it's agreement, and it is recognizing reality, and it's being able to move beyond traditional concepts of what is true and really lending itself to a new kind of experience that we're going to see. That's my declaration, and I'm sure I can make additions, corrections to this, but I think the heart of it is right and true, and you can see the circularity in there that's unavoidable. But that's it, and I'll say, try and recap it so that there's clarity, that this notion of truth, that the truth, you'll know the truth, there's a truth that's knowable that moves an agenda forward. There is a truth that corresponds to reality, corresponds to the stream. There is a truth of aesthetic truth that's individual for each person, that then contributes to that emergent structure. And that this agreement between us about what is true is vital. And that's where I am. This has been another exciting episode to make, and very challenging. And I hope that it's at least got you thinking about truth in a new way, so that we can bring about a new experience for ourselves and for others. And that's my offering to you today. This has been James Coleman, Inner Peace Arts Unscripted, and it's been a pleasure. Yavarechecha Adonai veish merecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha vichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom. Have a great day.